So there's a couple different elements to that question. I know from like a DDA standpoint, for example, right, that's somewhere where we can put into place, attempt to put into place, proactive programs where we're able to give assistance in some way, right, with like a facade improvement program that had just ended in October. That's something that, trying to create more programs like that where we can offer direct financial assistance to a person who's already undertaking a project. That's one way where we can really help move some of those vacant properties that are such heavy lifts, because you're right, that Music Vault property,
it's a big lift.
It's a big lift for a lot of people just to get it activated, right? Not even to where the highest and best use, but just activated at a very base level. It's a heavy lift. But from a DDA standpoint, really implementing those programs and trying to be proactive with whoever is operating it and offering, hey, is there anything else we can do for you? From a chamber standpoint, we are those advocates again. So if somebody is able to buy that property, being advocates, helping them with the city processes, right? If there's some type of zoning that you might have to go through and trying to help navigate that, that's a big piece of what we're able to assist with. And then kind of in my role more directly, it is I'm able to really help find that person who I know has the financial wherewithal to execute a project like that.
Right.
And it's really working with the current property owners to say, hey, be really intentional about who you give this to, because it's a property that, from what I've heard, has been vacant for 20 years, right? And it's a legacy problem for the downtown, where how can we make sure that the next person who buys it doesn't sit on it for 4 years and then it just goes back up to market and nothing's moved, right? And it's been 4 years and now it's 2028 and it's still not being utilized. So working with that current owner to try to be intentional about who it goes to, and then once they do actually make that sale, interacting with that developer, making contact and saying, hey, like, this is who I am, these are some of the services I can offer you, and a lot of those services are, hey, I understand how we can leverage some local funds, some state funds to bring down that upfront capital cost and make that project feasible for you, make it cash flow, and make it more desirable so it can actually get done, right? So that's where I really plug in is, try to assist in finding a person. Obviously I'm not a real estate agent, but I do have some contacts where, okay, hey, that's top of mind. I can contact that person, see if they're interested in a project of this scope and scale, or if I know a business that is looking to expand and they're from out of Manistee County and they're looking to come into Manistee County, maybe they're the right person to contact, reach out to and say, hey, we got this great space. I think it's a good fit for you. But once the purchase actually takes place, that's where more assistance can come in with making those proper connections, helping navigate local processes, and also helping leverage local funds, right? Whether it's an Oprah district or some type of brownfield, just pointing them in the right direction and working with our local units to see how we can make the project come to fruition. Because that's the problem, is people buy it, they think they have the money to do it, they get into it, it's more expensive than they think. So that's kind of another part where we can play, say, you understand this is going to be a $2 million lift. This isn't I'm going to dump $500,000 into this and it's going to be good to go, right? So making sure that it's apparent, the lift that it's going to be